what do you see as Keizer's greatest challenge?
Well, I think we just talked about it, and that's our lack of land. So much of what we want to do, so much of what we need to do to stabilize and to chart a course for the future really revolves around what we are going to become. We're infilling, we are doing what we can to use our land and use it well, because our property owners, the businesses here and the homeowners here, want the best for their neighborhoods and for their businesses. So we're trying to do the best we can there. We are the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to taxes, because at the 208 per thousand, you're not going to get a better deal in the valley than our tax rate. So businesses choose to be here, they want to be part of our community, and they want to expand their businesses here, and we don't have the space. We want to be able to provide a comprehensive, a full service community, not just a bedroom community. We want to be able to have employment here as well. So having this conversation about what are we going to become is going to involve absolutely everybody. Young, old, every community needs to be involved in this conversation.
Thank you. And Sean, again, what do you see as Keizer's greatest challenge?
Issues that we have already spoke on, urban growth and the availability of space in this city, both for housing and for business, which are both just as important, as well as everything that affects the cost of living. I hope as a city councilor, in any way possible, that I hope to attract new people. I hope to attract business to Keizer and new people to Keizer, and that base already exists. There's huge opportunity here in Keizer. There's reasons that people want to do business here, and there's reasons that people want to come here. But those direct incentives are offset by disincentives, by the cost of living, or by the lack of availability. And so I hope very much to address urban growth and the opportunities available in Keizer. Opportunities that hopefully would reduce the cost of living as well.
All right, thank you, Sean. Elizabeth.
I am in full agreement with Mayor Clark on this. Because that's kind of a stem point for a lot of other issues. If we don't have enough housing, we have homeless issues, we have all of these things, we have a lack of jobs. Those things all kind of come into the whole what does Keizer become next? It's like it's going into its adulthood, or it's grown up, and now we are going to be moving into the next stage. I'm anxious to be a part of those conversations, but I'm also anxious to be a conduit to reach out to the community and get people to those meetings, because I think it's so imperative at this point that we get people involved. I have heard different opinions from so many different people, and I think we have to make sure people know that we care, know that we do want to hear that, and we want them to come to these meetings and be a voice, because we cannot leave it on 10% of the population to take care of something this massive.
Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. And Dan, go.
I had an opportunity to visit with a lot of people about what they felt were some of the greatest challenges in Keizer. Most of those people that I've talked to have said that we don't have places to live, or we can't expand. And I think that is a great challenge, but I think some of the bigger challenge too is, where do we expand and how do we do that? Because we have some of the greatest farmland in the whole world just north of town. And just to wholesale go in and say, here, we're just going to expand through here, I think would be a huge travesty. But there are some places that we can expand. Another person that I talked to said that child abuse was one of the biggest challenges. And I said, in Keizer? And they said, look, if you can solve child abuse, then you have stable families, you have stable people. The police don't have near the problems that they would otherwise have. It made a lot of sense. I've never thought of child abuse being one of the biggest challenges, but what they said does make sense.